Everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to the training. I'm having some issues with Zoom here. It's not showing that anyone, there we go. Some people are joining the room now. Just want to do a quick sound check. Let me know if you can hear my voice. I'm going to be sharing my screen momentarily. All right, so let me know if you guys can see my screen right now. I'm just setting a couple things up. Awesome, cool. I got my chat up so I can see what you guys are saying. So hello to everybody. Let me know where you're calling in from as well, what the weather's like where you're at. Let me know some temperature numbers just to get a gauge on where everybody's around. I find that's a really good gauge to see. Here it's around freezing up in Toronto, Canada. So let me know where you're at and how the weather's like as I get everything's actually set up. You can see my screen and my voice. We're going to go live on Facebook in just a second. And we got Stephen in rainy Chico. We got Scott from Greensville, Tim from Dublin, Blake from Naples, Steve in SoCal in the 60s. Mike, it's a cold night in Germany. We got Roger in Rockville, mid to low 50s. Ed in Boston, 42 and sunny. Stephen in a nice brisk 70 in Texas. We got Glenn in New Orleans. I was actually just out of New Orleans. It's a great, fun town. Lorraine from Cincinnati, cold and rainy. Garrick is 80 in Hawaii. Who's jealous of Garrick over there? We got Rodney, 42 in sunny Atlanta. 42 is pretty chilly for Atlanta. We actually talking with a buddy of mine yesterday. It's not quite minus 20 in Saskatchewan, where Craig's at. That's a little crazy. And Nigel's in Grenada. It's too hot to look. I wish I was in Grenada right now. Anyways, well, we got a whole bunch of people on the call, so that is always awesome. Now, give me one sec. I'm going to get my video going. So hello to everybody, each and every one of you. And let me also make sure you can still see my screen. So can you guys see my screen and my video? Type in yes if you can. And I'll also kick things off here on Facebook Live. Awesome. I might actually kill the video for a bit. I'll bring it on later when we show some stuff, but I'll keep it focused on the screen for now. All right, so we are live on Facebook. Welcome everyone to the webinar, the Wi-Fi Wednesday weekly training. My name is Kevin Z. I am founder and CEO of My Wi-Fi Networks, and we cover the best practices and answer your questions live every single week on Wednesdays here, and that's when you're going to learn everything about how to scale your social Wi-Fi marketing business. And you can see the stream inside a stream over there, but that's the main welcome stream. Welcome everyone to the Wi-Fi Wednesdays. Today, we're actually going to cover a little bit more of the 30-day Wi-Fi challenge because we have some people who are just starting it out right now. I know that we've been kind of doing the 30-day Wi-Fi challenge now for 2 weeks. So some of you are 2 weeks in, and I'd love to hear some of your feedback. We actually got a lot of success stories posted in the group. A lot of people who are getting creative on how they're doing messaging. I'll go into some discussion today specifically about some messages that you can send and about how to really get to the decision maker, because I found a lot of you guys, the feedback I'm hearing is you're getting amazing responses and you're kind of figuring out, hey, what do I do next? How do I get that meeting? How do I close the deal? So I'll get into all of that later today. If you guys have any specific questions, please line them up. You can actually ask a question. So there's the chat where everybody can chat, but there's also an area there where you can also send messages directly to me as a Q&A. So let me actually just make sure. Those of you guys know how to ask questions in Zoom? You should have a little option over there to ask a question. So if you do have any questions, make sure you ask it as a formal question, because that's what I'm going to be referring to when I do the Q&A. All right, cool. So let's get right into it. So those of you who are joining us new for the first time, welcome. Welcome. I actually just want to show you guys very quickly who are joining us for the first time where to find all these resources. So here you see the live chat in the matrix over here on the bottom. But where you find these replays for now is on the left-hand side of the Facebook group in videos is where you're going to see all these videos. You're going to see week 1 over here, week 2 over here. Now, what I'm going to do is I've actually already rendered these. I'm going to throw them up on a YouTube channel. So it's going to be on our My Wi-Fi Networks YouTube channel. It's going to be an unlisted channel or a group, I should say, a playlist, and all of the replays are going to be also posted there. So for example, if you don't have access directly to Facebook Live at the time, you want to watch the replay, you don't want to do it through Facebook, you want to do it through YouTube. Some people prefer that viewing experience. We'll link that into the members area, and also you can watch it just on YouTube directly. So we'll be sharing that with you guys. Just bookmark the link and you'll have all the replays every week listed there. But all the videos we do, and as every time I do anything like that, just scroll down. You're going to see some great videos from our buddy Craig Morrell. We got Steve Champagne, and they're also doing some great videos. So big shout out to those guys. Make sure you also thank them when they do those videos and tutorials, because it's really good stuff. Like Steve goes into some specific models about how to do some 10x free Wi-Fi maximizers. Also goes into specifics about direct mail and some email templates. So it's really, really good stuff. Craig goes into some ideas about how to sell. He's out there always, in his car and hustling. So make sure you also watch those videos. And specifically also, just a big shout out to Zach. We'd have a 32-minute video here. For those of you who missed it, make sure you watch this video with Zach, because this helps you, get an insight to how Zach scaled his network. He's up and running in Sedona, and he has hundreds, or I can't say hundreds, but many access points. I don't want to give away all his numbers, but he has the whole town of Sedona basically running his Wi-Fi, and he's doing very well with it. So if you have interest in scaling your business, you're at a point where you've already installed your first device, you got shipped your first device, you plugged it in, you're familiar with how it works. Watch this training, because Zach goes into some cool tricks about how he helped scale his networks in Sedona. So for those who are joining us, and actually this is the old slides, let me just quickly flip over to the slides that we're going to chat about today. And again, if you're just joining us for the first time, you don't have to worry about that you're late. Anytime you want, you can start the 30-day Wi-Fi challenge, because essentially it runs on your own schedule. You just got to make sure that you keep committed for 30 days, because that is the best way where you're going to get the most, the most results. So there's 2 things I want to cover with you today. I have a kind of a quick, a lot of you guys asked specifically, you can still see my screen here, to do a kind of a quicker version of the 30-day Wi-Fi challenge. So I'm going to do that now. And then at the end, I think a lot of you are at the point where you kind of get what the challenge is about. I want to get right into the questions, Q&A, live stuff, show you some previews, and also tease you guys a bit. I want it to be ready with some new feature updates, and they are pretty much ready. We're just doing some final testing, and I can't wait to share a whole new dashboard with you, which I think is going to blow your minds. It's pretty cool. I think it's amazing. So anyways, those who are joining us, I'm going to quickly run through the most effective way to land new local clients. So this simply works. Those of you in the group who are doing this and following these rules, see how the 30-day Wi-Fi challenge really can bring you your first client right away. So my promise again, if you give 100% effort for 30 days, you will get more clients guaranteed. So we see a lot of people who maybe start off hot, they do it for 1 or 2 or 3 days and they think that's enough, and you stop, and then they start messaging me on Facebook being like, hey, I'm not sure, I must stop getting responses. It's because you stopped sending messages, or it's because you're not focusing on the fab clients. These are the clients that you really want to focus on, the ones that are on Facebook, they're active, and they have a budget. Okay, so I'm going to actually recap that a little bit here. But you got to really just focus your time and energy on the clients that have money and the clients that are easier to close, because to get somebody to spend money for the first time is a lot harder than to get somebody else to redirect where they're spending their money. If you can promise them better results, to shift their budget from printing, coupons or doing some old school stuff, then that's much easier to do. So we made it easy over here. Obviously, we designed social Wi-Fi marketing to help fuel all of your existing local upsells. So the process is simple. You qualify, you show and sell, and then you upsell. So qualify, make sure, first of all, if you're not speaking to the right client, you're not going to get the right result. Second, you show and sell. So you use our preview generator, the /P, on your own white label or on securewifi-login.com/P/ the name of your Facebook page or your client. You use that as the lead, and you don't really use that as the only thing you do. A lot of people I see also, they are messaging businesses and just sending that URL right away, or copy and pasting messages and not really getting unique and not trying to move the conversation from Messenger to the phone or to an online meeting or to an in-person. So I'll talk a bit about that today. I really want a lot of you guys to get some traction first on getting responses, initial responses. And then when it comes to actually closing the deal, that's when you're not going to close it on Messenger. You're going to close the deal either face-to-face, in person. That's the best. If not, you can do all of this remotely. You can have a FaceTime, you can have Skype, you can have Google Meet or Hangout, you can do Zoom, just like we're doing here. I don't have my camera on. I don't want to distract you. Actually, I'm on Facebook here anyway, so I just turn my camera on for a second to show that, hey, I'm in my office again. Those of you, I should be a little picture-in-picture, and either down here are the slides. So I can leave this on for a little bit, but I just want you guys to focus on this. We'll kick it off later again. But the sales process, it really takes less than 5 minutes for me to show you how to do this, and it also takes less than 5 minutes for you to actually do this. So are you guys ready on the call? I just want to make sure I have a pulse. We have almost 100 people live on the call, which is great, of our partners that took time out of their busy day to do this and watch this. So that's awesome. And type in go and let me know you guys have a pulse here and you're alive. I know that a lot of you have already messaged in where you are from. So that's great. Awesome. Go, go. There's a lot of people. I'm ready. Everyone's ready. Cool. So we're talking about fast sales. Okay. The fast sales that we have, it really stands for this. And I'm going to go through this pretty quickly. If you guys want a slower version of this, make sure you watch the first Wi-Fi Wednesday session. I go into this in detail. I actually pull out the iPad. I do some nice graphics. And I'll pull that out in a minute at the end when if anybody has a question that I need to diagram or explain. We'll pull that out. But basically, find is use Messenger as the ultimate sales tool. Use either your Wi-Fi finder, so inside your phone. Let me just plug in here. I can show you my live Facebook app as well. We'll go through how to find the fab clients together, I think. Probably a good idea. We'll do the Q&A. Basically, you want to find the right clients on Facebook, either through the Facebook Finder on your app or inside the browser. You want to search for restaurants nearby in Boston, whatever it is. Then you want to message the client. You want to make sure you're sending messages to people who typically reply in a few hours. Okay, this is something people are missing. You're sending messages to businesses that don't ever check Messenger, and then you're wondering why they don't respond because you're not checking it. If they don't check it, a different reason to call them and tell them that you can also manage their Messenger, how important it is. That's a whole different sale. That also opens the door for Wi-Fi. That will be on a separate training. But essentially here, you want to message clients who are active. So, this client typically replied within a few hours, so I definitely want to contact them. I can also make sure that they filled out more information. The people who've actually filled out the general manager or the email or any of this other details, it shows me right away that this is a client that has taken the time to fill this out. Not every client does. And if this messenger fails, at least I have the name of the general manager and the actual email address to follow up with. Okay, so those are big points as well that if I'm going to choose one business to message, it's going to be one that has this versus one that doesn't. And if you find one that doesn't, there's 60 million businesses on Messenger. There's no lack of businesses that you can message that fit this criteria. And again, you start with the magic message saying, hey, do you offer free Wi-Fi? And then you get into the conversation about speaking to the decision maker. Do not try to pitch the gatekeeper. Sometimes the person answering this message is the social media agency. Sometimes it's the waitress themselves or somebody at the front desk that is not the decision maker, not going to decide whether they spend money or not on your service. So you don't want to pitch them. The idea is you want to find your angle. So if it's an open Wi-Fi network, you want to talk about security. If it is a closed network, you want to talk about the missed opportunity in generating leads, especially if they have lots of reviews. You want to talk about how you can get them more reviews by offering, by integrating it with Wi-Fi. And that's really the angle that you want to offer. And once you get the prospect engaged, again, the next thing is ask. So this is when you ask the local business owner. So you don't ask this necessarily to the person on Messenger. You don't ask this to the gatekeeper. You figure out who the decision maker is, go to the members area, get all the scripts and everything about, you know, depending on which client you're targeting, whether you want to start off with facts or stats about Wi-Fi, if you want to talk about security risks, if you want to talk about ways that you can help them drive social media, increase reviews. We have all that in the members area. But once you figured out what the main point is, you want to deliver a solution to heal their pain. So you do that through actually showing them. You use the solution approach where your unfair advantage is this tool that we have. So it's yourwhitelabelportal.com//p/ the name of your Facebook page. And if you don't have a white label yet, you can use securewifi-login.com/p/ the name of your brand or client. Take that URL to the decision maker, talk about the risk, either the risk of the security, and then here's, you know, not only will I fix all your security risks, but I will also add to that by generating leads, by increasing emails and doing all that fun marketing stuff. And if it's a marketing angle, you just want to go with that and not really talk about security. You don't want to bring it up unless the client asks about it. So again, this preview tool can also be used inside our platform, and it automatically generates these cool previews. And then anyone who fills out that form, if you send it to the decision maker using your white label portal URL, then anyone who fills out the preview, such as, you know, going through this flow over here, will automatically be added to your leads list inside your CRM. Okay, once you have that, once you know the decision maker, once you've kind of spoken to the decision maker and kind of given them the solution to their problem, and also given them a potential preview, you want to go in for the sale. So I recommend right away ask for a hardware deposit, not too expensive, not something that somebody would blink twice at. I usually, you know, under $100, if you can do that, is great. If you feel that you can get more for it, you know, go up to like $299 for the SH100 device. You get them from us for $49 at shop.mywifi.io. Once you set this up for the client, you give them 30 days access. You give them access to the quick report, which, and I want to ruin our surprise, but I'll ruin the surprise. We have a completely redesigned quick report that we're going to be launching very soon, that when you set this up for a client, you're going to give them a dashboard that they can log into and access that looks incredible. So right away, they're going to feel, hey, look, I got this amazing access. I got leads getting generated. I can go in and view all of my data in real time. And they're getting this, you know, obviously you're offering to them at a very low discounted price to get your foot in the door. And then you're either upselling with marketing automation, with Facebook ads, with remarketing through you know, Google as well, depending on how you want to do it. And also reputation management, video marketing, whatever you're upselling. So if you have trouble getting a deposit, again, you want to offer a free trial. So this is a no-risk hardware opportunity for the client. It literally will cost you $49 is your chance, and you can reuse that hardware. You can keep using that as your client getter, so to speak. Take it to every client. If it doesn't work out, pull it out, take it to the next client. And you tell the client, look, if you want me to pull this out, you call me anytime within 30 days and I'll gladly come take it out. But you know, when giving them access to the report that shows them the names and emails and all the information on their clients in real time, I don't find many business owners that would want to pull this out of the wall, you know, if it's actually working for them. And it's part of your responsibility to make sure that they also put signage around the location. We have in our members area, in our downloads, we have tons of free Wi-Fi signs. So you don't have to get fancy. You can literally just go to Kinko's and print out some color copies of those free Wi-Fi signs. Let me actually show you where they are right now, because we had some people asking about them. So let me just hop over to my browser and I'm going to show you guys again. You just log into your portal. So you log into your white label dashboard. Here we have a white label over here. I'm going to log in and click on the top area here is where you find the members area. This is where all the training and these cold calling scripts and all that good stuff is. In the marketing materials and tools is really where a lot of you will go right away, because this is where you find all the downloads. So all the downloads listed over here are integrated with Google Drive. So over here, everything is listed. Let me go to the free Wi-Fi stickers. And you can take these, like I said, go to Kinko's, go anywhere. We actually have a whole bunch more being added, but we have a selection of, I think, like 40 or something here you can choose from. Take these and edit them also if you want. Print them out, stick them around your location, depending on where you are. Make sure the business owner also trains the staff to say, hey, do you know we also offer free Wi-Fi now? And you want to really make sure this is done in those 30 days so that you get more reach, you get more people connecting, and obviously more data being generated for your clients. If you do that, I promise you, this will close deals for you. It'll help open doors. We have tons of case studies and tons of examples of this working. It all comes down to you guys going out there and executing it. So again, remember the ultimate sales tool being Facebook Messenger, using the Facebook Wi-Fi Finder strategy from your app or directly from your browser, searching for those businesses, figuring out who your fab clients are, messaging them, getting a response right away, and then also, following up with the automatic preview URL. And if you message 5 new businesses every day and you focus on it for 30 days and less than 30 minutes per day total, you work the numbers, you will actually get tons of results. So the idea is, again, fab clients, you want to focus on clients that are on Facebook, that have fans, they have reviews, they actually care about their presence. So clients that have dead pages, they're not going to care about this social Wi-Fi idea. You want people who actually, care. They hire people. They either have an agency running it, or they have over 100 reviews is a sign of a client that has noticed that Facebook is an important marketing channel for them. You want to find people that are already spending money on Facebook ads. That's huge because you can sell them the retargeting idea. So it's the idea of building an audience of people who have physically been to their location is very appealing for them. You can tell them they wasted a lot of their money on Facebook ads, showing those ads to people that have never been to their location. This is a great way to build that custom audience for much better ROI on their ads. Okay, the A in FAB stands for active. So you want to see a post at least weekly. Some people post every day. Those are the real clients you want to target, the ones that actually care about their presence. And then B is budget. Clients who are spending money on ads, they use services like OpenTable, that are on TripAdvisor, that do kind of sponsored stuff in TripAdvisor or places like that, that are using online ordering such as Just Eat or are on Uber Eats, clients that are willing to try new things to bring in business. So specifically restaurants, just find the ones that are listed in OpenTable that actually take orders in OpenTable. You 100% want to contact them because they're paying OpenTable every single time somebody books a reservation. What they would love to do is, they don't mind paying OpenTable to get somebody new in the door. If that new person, they can also capture their email and build an audience on that person, then it makes sense in the longer game. So this, again, becomes a portion of your overall strategy. This is not the end all be all. This is really just the fire starter that gets everything else going. And with that, you have to please avoid con clients. Okay, con clients are the bad ones. You do not want to deal with them. Clients that complain, there's tons of acronyms we can use for these. But clients that complain, you don't want to deal with them. Clients that are old school, clients that really don't spend money on new things. They still believe in the yellow pages. They still believe in running their bus ad that they've been running for 20 years. And sometimes it works. And if it works, great. Like, keep doing that. But a lot of the times it does not. So find clients that are more willing to do that. And also, really focus your time on the fab. Stay away from the clients that just will not give you the ROI and will cause you more headaches, and you'll spend a lot of effort and time and energy and not get that return that you're looking for. So again, if you follow this fast sales strategy, you'll be able to scale your network in no time. And I also want to ask you guys on the call, have you had any challenges on setting this up? If so, let me know. I'll just make sure you ask them in the question format, and I'll get to them at the end of today's call. But a lot of you guys, when you're selling, you get to the point where the client's like, yeah, this sounds great, let's do it. And you kind of look at yourself, or you get on Facebook, you're like, yeah, this is great, but now what do I do? And what we like to do is call it easy fulfillment. So the E stands for extend. The first thing you do is you've created that preview. So ideally, if you're using the /P in your own white label, it's automatically creating the Facebook preview for you. Once the client closes is when you want to edit it. So you click on this little gear icon over here. That's convert preview to campaign. You'll convert that over to an actual campaign. Then you'll use our new campaign builder to go in and edit that campaign specific to what the solution is you're promising. So if it's pushing the like box, if it's a coupon post connection, if it's redirecting to a third-party site or to anywhere, you can set all that up directly in the campaign builder. That is all based on the conversation you have with the client. The next step is you want to assign. And again, this is where we are adding something really cool. So you have your location device campaign all already set up in the dashboard. The sub-users, you will give soon the ability to give the sub-user access just to a quick report and give you an all new quick report that is going to be shared with you very shortly. So Stay tuned. I actually might, at the end of today's call, I can go onto our staging server and show you a quick example of that to get you excited. But you give access to this. You basically assign it. It takes a couple clicks in your dashboard to convert the campaign, assign the campaign to the location, and then create a sub-user for your client. That is all you do. When it comes to setup, you buy a device from us for $49. When you drop ship it to your clients, we're also automatically going to add this device to your dashboard. So we know when we ship it what the MAC address is. We automatically add the MAC address to your dashboard so that all you have to do is assign that device to the location and it is all good to go. And then when the client gets it, whether you drop ship it or whether you go install it yourself, you simply plug this into any open port on their existing internet modem, turn it on, and everything is all synced up and good to go. If you're using existing networks, you don't have to plug in this device. You actually just layer on the cloud. And to learn how to integrate with these, visit support.mywifi.io. Click on the devices and hardware section, or actually just search for what you're looking for and read the tutorials there. It is very easy in the cases of, let's say, Meraki, Aruba, and OpenMesh. That's awesome. Actually, we just launched Aruba, for those of you who saw, just a couple of days ago. So Aruba is a HP company. They actually do tons of business in the SMB space. So I would even just look in your area for clients that have Aruba networks that set up at their locations, like Starbucks uses them, all that stuff. So they're pretty big business. And to integrate with them, all you need access is to the Aruba cloud. And you can do it in a few clicks. We have our instruction guide that you can actually send the network admin who's managing that Aruba network to do it for you. And it's very easy to set up. So make sure you check out support.mywifi.io to find out more about those layering integrations. And the last thing for easy is really planting the seed for annual plans. I mean, the whole idea of giving away a risk-free or a 30-day thing is to close on a bigger deal. So you want to plant the seed, say, look, this is free. I'm going to prove to you, get you to trust me right away that this works. Once you prove to them that it works, you give them the quick report access, they log in and use it, you entice them with a massive discount. So you really have to give a time limit on this, and you also have to give, anchor the value. So here, for example, you're saying your annual plans are normally $3,000. That's what it's worth minimum. So, they're normally $3,000, but if you like it, I will offer you, and this is what you say to the local business, for a limited time, 50% off of the annual plan. And if you don't like it, I'll come pick up the device at no cost to you. There's no money exchanged over here. I'll give you your deposit back. I'll come pick up your device. But really what you're doing here is 3 days in, 1 week in, 2 weeks in, 3 weeks in, you're sending messages to the client, telling them, hey, log in, check out your quick report. Make sure you check out the people who are connecting. You get them to look at the results they're getting. And you close out to say, look, you only have a couple more days to save 50% or whatever it is on whatever plan you have. You do it this way, and your clients are there's a much higher chance of them giving you more money at the end of the year by doing this than by, going on a monthly or worrying about collecting after the third or fourth month. Always take the money up front if you can get it, even at a massive discount. So that is easy fulfillment, really easy to do if you follow those steps. And that is the 30-day Wi-Fi challenge. And I want to encourage those of you who are on the call who have not started this yet, get in there, start doing this right now. For those of you who have, kudos to you and I appreciate you taking action. Make sure you post your wins. I have a 30-day Wi-Fi challenge image. I'll just show you actually where that is in the Facebook group. Make sure you go there and you post your successes and your wins. Let me show you where that is over here. So in the Facebook group, if you scroll down, and I'll actually just ping it up at the top. Let me just see as well if there's any questions here. I'll get to read this after. But yeah, we have the, see lots of activity as well. Thanks to everybody. Here it is. So here are the results, and I'll just change this so people can see the header. So I want you guys to post your results here. Obviously, post your wins here. If you have any questions, post in the group as well for some tips and tricks. And also make sure if you're new to the group, just spend some time scrolling and use the search button. I'll actually do that in a sec. So post your wins here. I'll just edit that. And I really want to encourage you guys, when you're using the Facebook group, there's this really cool tool over here. It's the search tool. And you really want to use that first before you ask a question. Chances are it's been asked already. If it has not been asked, please ask it in the group. But also please make sure to only ask questions that are applicable to the group. If it is specifically about your device or if you're confused about setting up your Facebook apps or your social apps, or you have a personal problem about handling your accounts, that's not for Facebook. That is for the support group. So go to support.mywifi.io. You can actually find that directly in your dashboard. At the top, there's a link to support. Make sure that you go there to post your support elements, not inside the Facebook group. But here you can search for whatever you want, and you'll get some great results. Either it's from me or from other people who are posting all kinds of great things. Here's like 4 or 5 videos just about sales. That's pretty awesome. So check out these resources. Make sure you use them to your advantage, because a lot of the stuff already is there. So let's get into some FAQs now about the platform. I'm more than happy to jump in. I'll show you a sneak peek of the quick report as well. But let me just get to people who have already asked some questions in the group here. And I'm answering questions in Zoom. And I'm actually going to also open up Facebook on the side here. Just get a new window open, and I will also make sure that I address any questions that have been asked on the Facebook Live inside the Facebook group. So a question from Tim. He thinks the response from reaching out to Messenger is great. However, it is useful to follow up. We recommend, do we recommend a CRM, he's asking? Well, yes, ActiveCampaign is great. Depending on your business, really, if you have existing products, that really will determine what CRM you're using. I can get into a CRM, how to choose the right CRM, and another Wi-Fi training, but just specifically on the lead gen and our CRM tool, we're going to be adding a webhook option. That's Alec Craig, and a request from our buddy Craig in the group, and also from other people. Anytime somebody connects to your Wi-Fi hotspot or your Wi-Fi preview page, and we capture that lead, we're also going to be able to give you the ability to send a webhook to your CRM, so you can add those as leads to follow up with and target on the sales side. So Tim also asked, he's been building a personal business chatbot. He thinks it would be great to use that as an intro to social Wi-Fi. So yeah, that's really great. I highly encourage you guys, if you are using chatbots, to use our to connect with Messenger option. Just to show you guys where that is, you want to make sure that you go through our support section, because it's a little bit more detailed to set up the Messenger bot, but it is, once you have that set up, it's pretty good. So again, everything support-wise is at support.mywifi.io. Here, I'm going to search for Messenger. Let's say, for example, create a Messenger integration. Here's where I set this up. I follow these steps. Again, this is a little bit more technical than setting up a normal Facebook app. So if you had problems with your Facebook app, I would hold off on doing this. If you're confident with Facebook and you want to start doing this, or if you have a Messenger bot, then get into this page over here and set this up, because this is going to give you a whole new angle on selling. It'll also help you enable bots for your business. That is a huge revenue driver. It's kind of all the rage these days, but go through this. Everything is, again, at support.mywifi.io. That's where everything is on the bot side. Stephen has the question, if he layers over a network like Aruba, does the client need the device? Yes, Stephen, the client needs a device to be able to broadcast the network at their location. So Bob is offering to apply the $99 monthly connection fee to other digital offerings that we have. And actually, Bob, that is a great, great sales tip. I want everyone to listen up for a sec. So Bob, what Bob's doing is he's getting the deposit of $200, and then he's saying right away, if you want, I can credit that to any services that you end up buying from me. And funny enough, I had a very similar experience. I am renting a tuxedo because I'm marching for a wedding that I need to wear a certain type of tuxedo for. So I have one, but I'm renting one, and I went to the guy and I said, look, is it too far off? Can I get away with what I'm wearing, or do I have to rent one that looks exactly like everybody else? And he said one line to me that made me not think twice about anything about spending money. It's like $250 to rent a tuxedo, right? So what he said to me was, if you rent a tuxedo for $250 and then you later decide that you want to spend additional money at our store, if you spend more than I think he said $4 or $450, then I'll credit the $250 that you spent on your rental to your purchase. So for me, it was like getting 60% off anything I purchased from his store after I rented the tuxedo. If I don't do anything else, he still gets a rental. If I take the upsell, he makes extra money. So it's a win-win for him to offer that to me. And for me, it eliminated all risk. of renting something that I wasn't entirely sure that I needed or not, for me, it was a no-brainer. So similar thing. I know it might not be totally the same, but that happened to me in real life, like a couple of days ago. You can do the same thing to your clients. Say, look, this might or might not be the right fit for you, but how's this? I can credit the money to an additional service if you end up upselling it. And the best thing is you're even giving them the out where if they don't like it at all, you'll physically refund them and come pick it up. So it's really a win-win, and it eliminates the risk from a client who's not entirely sure about getting started. It's just a great way to get that sale secured. Ed's asking if his white label domain should be different from the corporate site. I mean, I'm not sure what you're asking. You can have a subdomain, so you can make it, yourservice.com. Your portal can be portal.yourservice.com and connect.yourservice.com. It all depends on how you want to set it up. Doesn't matter in the platform as long as each one is completely unique. Hey, Donald, no, there's no limit on previews unless you are not on a legacy plan. Tim's wondering, what is a webhook? So a webhook is a way that you can send the data from being collected in our system automatically to a third party. So using Zapier, you can send anyone who connects to your CRM, basically to your preview page. You can take their first name, last name, and email and send it automatically, essentially, to any CRM of your choice in the interest of doing sales. So this is not to follow up with users that are connected to your hotspots. These are to follow up with your prospects of people you are selling to. Rodney's wondering about the, in one of the PowerPoints, I mentioned mobile wallet. So the mobile wallet is different. It is MobiPunch. The link is mobipunch.com, MobiPunch.com. It's a separate platform. In my sister company, Brick and Mobile, we have a MobiPunch platform, and that is a mobile wallet loyalty program that is also integrated with our Wi-Fi platform. So with that, actually, I will share the link with you guys right now. So mobipunch.com is the loyalty program that you can actually have people automatically add themselves to a mobile wallet loyalty platform that will track punches. So anytime somebody comes in, very similar to other buy 8, buy 10, buy 12, get 1 free, you can do that now inside the Apple Wallet and Android Wallet. I don't want to get too far into that right now. I actually might do a new training session for that separately, but visit the link, mobipunch.com. We have much more information on that. So Mohammed has a question about a hospital that has a Cisco access point, but it's not Meraki. You can use the gateway option. So find out what gateway they are using. You can either introduce a new gateway to there, or if it has the ability to run a virtualized gateway, let us know. Our support team might be able to help you out with that. But it's difficult when you're dealing with a hospital because they have their internal network. You don't, to get permission to go touch that, and good luck with that. So what I would usually say is set up a separate guest network like in the food court, and don't even touch their existing access point setup. That's my opinion, usually when it comes to installs like that. Jason's wondering if you'll be able to customize the preview campaign to the niche and save them. Yes, you can actually create any preview yourself. So let me just show you that actually. Instead of just talking about it, I can show you on my screen how it works. So inside your preview section here, inside the CRM, under previews, you can create a new preview from a campaign. So you don't have to use a Facebook page. You can actually use an existing campaign. So if you wanted to make a new campaign over here just fresh, whether you're generating it from Facebook or not, you don't have to. You can just actually create a new fresh campaign. And then in here, you choose your layout first. You fill all this out, so you can make a generic one for restaurants or for oil change, auto dealers, for whatever it is. Create your own template almost for auto dealers. And then then once you create it, so I'll just do this here, auto dealers. I won't edit it or anything like that. I'm just going to create it and save. So now that I have a campaign for auto dealers, and this can be designed however you want, you go over to the CRM again. It's right over here. You click on CRM, you go to previews, and you create a new preview. So I can do auto preview, and I can name this specific to whatever, but I choose an existing campaign. And then from here, I choose my auto dealers that I just created, click on save. So now it's converted. I don't really have to apply it to anywhere. You see over here how it's different. These are all Facebook generated. This one is a campaign generated preview, so that now I just simply click copy URL and I can actually save this with you guys, share it with you guys. So you can literally see I just copy, paste, click that, and I'll load it up in this screen as well. So one sec, some Chrome tabs. So when I visit that page, it will pull up the exact demo that I just created. I didn't really design it, so it doesn't look special, but that was essentially what it is. So question is, yes, you can create that automatically. Question from Ed. So he plans on working remotely. You won't be going to clients to set it up. There is a tutorial, yes, in the support section about how to connect a device. It's very straightforward. We have both a PDF and a page as well. If you're not familiar with Facebook and learn how to use Facebook, I would really recommend. A lot of you don't know about this this cool thing that Facebook has. Let me just pull up in my browser. So if you actually go on Facebook and you type in support, you can find a lot of good information about, let me just, here we go. I'm having a problem with my tabs. Now I know why. Don't remember the exact URL right now, but I will find it. Here it is. So it's the Facebook Business Resources. This is a great place to start. If you're thinking about creating ads, if you're wondering about how to run pages, like there's really, there's a lot of courses out there that try to sell Facebook stuff, but none of them quite come as close to the value of Facebook and what they actually have on their site for free. So I'm going to share this with you guys as well. That's just some great data that you can go through, make sure you understand this. And if you have trouble understanding why Facebook's important, go over here. Even the Facebook Blueprint, actually, that's what exactly I was looking for. Facebook Blueprint. So there's courses over here inside that Facebook offers for free that are better than, you see again, they're using the same thing, same authn. So here I am, I'm going to register for this. I'll just register with you guys here so you can see. Choose my country, choose my work email, Facebook business page. So yes, I agree. And you'll see just by me signing up over here, I can share this with you too, that there's tons of look at all these courses that Facebook gives you for free, how to set up campaigns, how to run ads, how to run retargeting. Now what we're doing is creating audiences. So I can also just go over here and search the catalog for audience and learn all about audience insights and why this is important. This is a whole course, a 15-minute course. So it doesn't really take a long time either. I can click launch, go through the whole course over here. It's hyper valuable, and this is better than most paid courses on Facebook. And each one is 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 2 minutes. So this is something you definitely want to check out. I will share this with you guys right now as well. Having some weird Chrome tab issue thing here, as you guys can see. Don't seem to get this link proper, but I can send that to you as soon as. Let me just get out of this full screen. This is quite odd. There we go. So I'll share this actual blueprint link for you. It's facebookblueprint.com. Question about the ad manager. No, that's reserved for admins only right now, because really the admins are the ones that should be managing and running the ads. Allison's wondering how long until you can block individual sites. Where we are going to be launching our DNS filter very shortly. And when that is launched, we will tell you all about that. Ernst's wondering if we have an API. We do have for Mobipunch, we do have an API that if you want to do any custom coding or anything like that, you can set that up. We have the API listed inside our support section at Brick and Mobile. We have questions about Google Ads. I just searched our support group. We have information about AdSense and how to set up AdSense. I think it was a specific question. So over here, just search for AdSense and how to use the ad server. This is a short video on how to monetize your network and set up your zones and all of that good stuff. I will share this in the group as well. Scott's wondering if we have the ability to match demographics based on email instead of just Facebook login. Yeah, we do. We are going to be enriching our profiles, and we can do all of that as well. Let me know if there's something specific. To send me a personal message on something specific that that you've seen, perhaps, that has added value, and we can look to implement the same thing. Question from Tim. He's wondering if the Facebook preview is always the same, or could you customize the option? We are, going to be offering the ability to customize things, but if you really want to customize stuff beyond what the general preview is, then you can always generate it, convert it to a campaign, and then recreate the preview for that campaign. If anyone is working to get the SH100 connected, Brett, for example, just contact our support team. Usually you want to make sure that you're not on a firewalled connection, and you're not posting that, you're not kind of plugging it into a switch that's intended for POS or security cameras. You want to keep it separate, ideally directly into the modem is the best way to do it without dealing with any other issues. Another question from Scott, that after the 30-day trial, how do you show the business owner what other things can you sell them? So you can show them the list of emails captured. You can start upselling them Facebook ads. You can do newsletters and email campaigns, but specifically automation is what you want to sell out of the box. So after you get people signing up, you can say, hey, how would you like us to send an email to people after they connected, asking for reviews, encouraging them to come back? All that follow-up should not be included initially, because that takes, first of all, a little bit of work for you to set up. And you don't want to do that work for free. And you just want to show them that you can generate leads. And then after, say, hey, wouldn't it be great if we can automatically email and say thank you to every customer who's come to your location and used your Wi-Fi? And when they say yes, you can say, well, that's $200 a month, and I can automate a thank you to every person that comes in. I mean, that's great customer service. Of course, it's worth $200. That's what you want to upsell them right out of the gate. And then once going to grow it from there, you can do Facebook remarketing. The ad server, I just really want to stress, everyone's kind of hung up on the ad server. No one's going to pay you for ads unless you have significant traffic. So number one, you need to focus on scaling your network and getting significant traffic. And significant, I'm talking like 1,000 people a day. Beyond that, people are not really going to buy ads unless you are hyper niche. And in most cases, you can get a single sponsor paying you $500, $1,000, $2,000 a month, and just putting their ad or their image on the homepage, directly in the campaign. Don't worry about the ad server. Just pop it right in there, or just have the one advertiser in the ad server. Don't worry about getting so many advertisers, because if you build it, they will come. You have to build it first. You have to get the traffic, or else no one's going to see value in spending money on your ad network if no one is seeing the ads. Cool. Another question. Is there something that you should not say when the Cisco Meraki team calls to qualify the access point? No, Francisco, you don't really need to hide anything. Say that you're using the My Wi-Fi platform. They know who we are. So you do the captive portal, and you are looking to start using Cisco Meraki, and also ask them for a discount if you're actually scaling it and you're going to be ordering a lot of Meraki access points. Speak to your local rep and figure out a game plan. That's what they're there for. And when they call, they're just kind of making sure that you're just not abusing the system. If you're saying, I've never worked with Meraki before and I'd like to start working with them, that's all you really have to say, and they'll send you a free device. Yeah, Ed, if you have any specific questions, feel free to chat with our online support team. If you'd like a phone call specific for something that you have a problem with, we'd be more than happy to help you out. But we don't necessarily provide free consulting, in the sense that, we're just here to help with your problems. We're not here to guide you through every step of the business. That's why we created hours of video and step-by-step tutorials in our support group. which is why, you know, what we are really focusing on. So for those, again, who are looking for support, make sure you visit support.mywifi.io. That's where you're going to find the majority of all of our training. The rest is right inside the dashboard in the top area under the members area. And now I actually want to, I'm off my screen. I'm going to get this up and running. I'm just going to tease you guys a little bit to a new feature that we are launching very shortly. All right, so I'm going to end with this because I think it's pretty fun. A lot of you guys are going to love it. So let me just pull this on to my screen over here. Where is this going, man? Too many windows here. I've actually had some issues with Mac recently that's pretty frustrating, but I'm almost there. I actually think it might be more Chrome that's giving me problems here. All right, I'm just going to pull up a new tab and open up fresh here. All right, so everyone is used to having the dashboard. As you know, we've redesigned our dashboard, but now we have a new section over here in the quick report that looks pretty snazzy. So let me actually just pull up one with some good data. So as you see, shouldn't have shown this to you so early on staging, but I'm actually going to say this. I don't want to ruin the surprise. Stay tuned for a video very shortly where I'm going to actually get into the quick report and show you how cool it looks. In the meantime, if you guys have any other questions, please feel free to ask them now. I'll be happy to answer them before we get off. Otherwise, I'll be doing a proper video for that new quick report very shortly. That looks pretty awesome. A link for the past week's videos are right inside the Facebook group. So they're right here inside Facebook on the left-hand side under videos. And we're also going to be adding that inside the members area with a new YouTube link. So this is where you can find last week's one. And Brett is saying that the Mac OS High Sierra is giving him some issues as well. Yeah, it might be that because I'm having some weird things happening lately. But anyways, thank you everyone for joining us on this Wi-Fi Wednesdays. Feel free to post some ideas and topics to talk about. I will be posting something specific. I had a question about security of Wi-Fi networks and how to answer that question. It's, you know, best thing is just to search why it's important to have a separate network. But we have a couple canned answers that we'll share with you shortly. And any of the questions that we can be of help, please feel free to post that in the group. And thanks to everyone for joining us this week live. And if you're watching the replay as well, thank you for your attention and look forward to helping you guys out and see you in the Facebook group. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.